Core of our efforts to reach out to the community with the talent and expertise that the university has been through what we call our centers and institutes. Right now I'm sitting in the home of the Center for Innovation in Visualization and Simulation. And if you've been watching the show that's been going on behind me, what you see is essentially three-dimensional interactive computer modeling of industrial processes that our faculty use to help guide research with the steel industry, with the electric power industry, with BP and the refinery industry, with various engineering firms, and then really beyond that with all kinds of interesting problems. These are things that will be tools of the future. They permit our faculty an outlet for their applied research abilities, and they offer the community, the business community in particular, a chance to solve very difficult problems in an interactive 3D computing environment that would otherwise have been very difficult to solve. So this is one of the keys to what we do in centers and institutes. We bring together faculty expertise, opportunities for student involvement, and community need, business need. Another great example of a center and institute that's had terrific success has been our Water Institute. When BP needed to deal with permitting issues as it's transforming its refinery, they called upon Purdue Calumet in partnership with Argonne National Labs to work on new technologies that can be used to reduce heavy metals, reduce ammonia, reduce total suspended solids that are discharges into Lake Michigan. We've been working for a couple of years now with BP. It's been very fruitful all the way around, and we're confident that the kind of work we do will lead to technologies that will help not only BP but the refining industry in general. We've also got the Center for Energy Efficiency and Reliability that's been working with major industry to help reduce their power consumption, to level out the loads, to make it more efficient. They work with the power industry on developing alternatives. We're working on hydrogen fuel cells, for example. So it's everything from students working on energy audits to help small businesses save money on their energy bills, to very advanced kinds of scientific inquiry into how do you make a cost-effective hydrogen cell that may be the next generation of fuel for many, many purposes. The Hospitality and Tourism Management Program, we did identify that as a program that we wanted to grow substantially, partly because the hospitality industry is growing and we're beautifully positioned right here on the edge of the Chicago market to supply management people for that program, for that industry. So we were extraordinarily fortunate to have the support of Dean and Barbara White through their foundation, and Bruce and Beth White through their foundation, and the support of White Lodging Services to provide us a substantial grant that would do three things. First, it allows us to convert our Calumet Conference Center into a home for the Hospitality and Tourism Management Program. So we'll have proper labs and a proper kitchen and a nice restaurant where they can serve, and plenty of office space for the faculty and staff, and lots of interactive experiential opportunities for the students. Secondly, we're using some of the money to create two new professorships, one in hospitality and the food and beverage industry, and the second one in real estate and finance, that we will be able to use to grow and expand and enrich the program. And third, we have a substantial piece of money from this gift for student scholarships. Mechatronics is, in short, the electronic control of mechanical processes. Easiest way to explain this is that we've developed a relationship with the packaging industry that makes packaging equipment, which is very mechanical but needs to be controlled electronically. And we've been very fortunate to receive, over the past year, about $800,000 worth of equipment gifts from the industry to help us set up real mechatronics laboratories. One of the things that we realized as we were planning our growth was that our campus is pretty much filled with facilities. So we understood that if we were going to be growing, it would have to be with a measure of online education. And we're starting this year. We have a program in nursing. It's a program for people who are already RNs who need to get their Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. After this year, we will be developing 2 master's level programs in teacher education, one in educational administration and one in instructional technology. And they will also be online programs, and we also expect them to have very substantial enrollments. So a lot of our growth now is going to be in that area of online education. Well, we're very excited that this is the year that we are opening the Hammond Academy of Science and Technology. This academy is a partnership between a group of people in the city of Hammond. They're called the organizers, who got together and decided that they wanted a charter school in the city. Ball State University, which is the sponsor of the charter, and Purdue Calumet, which is the consulting partner to the organizers of the school. And our job is really to help design the curriculum, to provide student teachers, and to provide professional development for the teachers who are in that school. It's important for Purdue Calumet not only because we want to be good residents of Hammond, but also because the opportunity to do research on urban education is something that we have hungered for here in our teacher education program. Currently, we are standing in Tom Torlemke's sculpture that he did for the university. It's called Reaching for the Stars. This is, I think, a great metaphor for our students and their aspirations. And Reaching for the Stars sits in front of University Village. Probably a third of the students who live here could commute to Purdue Calumet from their homes in Northwest Indiana. But they chose to have the on-campus life experience, even though they're close at home. But their jobs are here, their families are here, and it's a way that they can both be in this place, but also be a student who lives on campus. It's been great for us. We also have about 40% of the students here are international students. And the feel and flavor of this campus is substantially different with international students here. And it tells our students from Northwest Indiana something important. It tells them that there are people all over the world who want to get and who seek out the education that our Northwest Indiana students are getting here. I think it's a real source of pride for all of us. Last year we cracked 10,000 students for the first time, over 10,100. We expect that number to be a little bit higher this year. We have a student mix now that is almost 10% graduate students, and we expect that that will grow maybe over the course of time to 15%. Particularly as we drop our associate degrees, it's going to be important for us to expand the master's degree programs. And that really does accord with the quality of jobs that are going to be available in Northwest Indiana, that are the good, high-paying jobs that will attract industry here. So we decided that we would grow athletics from men's and women's basketball, 2 programs, to ultimately 12 programs. And this year we are inaugurating men's golf, women's volleyball, and men's and women's tennis, with next year men's and women's cross country to follow. We're doing that because these are sports that really good students in Northwest Indiana tend to play and want to continue to play as they go to college. And we have simply not been on their recruiting screen when we don't have those sports. So for us to get the good, well-rounded students who are from this region, it's going to be important for us to have a full complement of the kind of sports that they've been playing in high school and that they want to pursue after they get to college.